This structure behind me is the new health center that was constructed at Fort Ordinance in Region 6. At a cost of $38 million, it's part of the government's plan to ensure that each community can get much needed health services instead of citizens and residents having to travel to hospitals to get those services. Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony commissioned the hospital on Monday during a visit to the region, and he spoke about why it was necessary for this community to get this health center.
There are gaps. There are population growth in certain areas, and we don't have a healthcare facility in that area. And therefore, we need to think about how we'll serve that population. And one way of serving the population is to make a healthcare facility in that area. And so when we look across this region, we recognize that there are various gaps. Your community was one of them, and that is why we have built this facility so that you can access services closer to where you live.
As was repeated several times by Health Minister Dr. Anthony and other regional officials, the population in Region 6 is growing and growing substantially. These houses you see behind me are located just a stone's throw away from the Fort Ordinance Health Center, and this will be where more people will find shelter. Fort Ordinance now has more than 3,000 residents, and it is set to get much more in the coming years. For that reason, it was emphasized again that this new health center is crucial for this community.
And so in 2022, having recognized the growing population in this particular area, now I understand it's about 3,000 and it's growing because we have an additional area at the back that is being developed by the Ministry of Housing to accommodate more people. And then there's another phase after this as well. So with all this happening within this particular area, it was almost automatic that the decision be made that we should put down a health center in this particular area.
Aside from the Fort Ordinance Health Center, 3 other health centers will be constructed in Region 6 this year. Dr. Anthony hopes that by next year, residents in those communities will be able to access the services they need. Reporting for the newsroom in Region 6, I am Vishani Raghuveer.